Now, the wedding ceremony itself can be performed by any member of the families or anyone. It does not have to be a medicine man. Anybody can perform a wedding ceremony as long as they are men. But if there's no men available, then the woman can perform the ceremony, as far as I understand. The teachings of our people concerning wedding and marriage is very important. And from the time you're 12 years old, whether you're a boy or a girl, you know that at some future date you're going to be taking on a wife or taking on a husband. And so the men and the boys and that, usually your uncle is your companion to kind of teach you just about everything you need to know in many different ways. And the father is also a special figure, and that if you have a good relationship with your father, he'll teach you many things as to how to provide for your family when you eventually have a family, and the things that you take on as your responsibility. But most times the father's teachings are very serious, and there's no joking around or anything. Now, the wedding ceremony itself can be performed by any member of the families or anyone. It does not have to be a medicine man. Anybody can perform a wedding ceremony as long as they are men. But if there's no men available, then the woman can perform the ceremony, as far as I understand. But every effort is made to have it so that a man performs the ceremony. And the way that it is set up is the hogan, or outside, where they have a circle of juniper, and the opening is to the east. But it is that the families, when they come in, the girl's family sits on the north side of the hogan, and the male's family sits on the south side of the hogan. And when the bride and the groom sit over by the medicine man, or not the medicine man, but the man that is performing the ceremony, they sit at the east end of the hogan, or the arbor that is set in a circle with the opening to the east. But when they sit down, generally the girl will sit with the boy's family, and the boy will sit with the girl's family, or that side of the family, because when the cornmeal mush is brought in, it is in a wedding basket, and that's the one that most people are familiar with, is that basket, but it's filled with blue cornmeal. And when they set that down, and then the person that is presiding at the wedding, they will take a pinch of corn pollen and sprinkle it from the west to the east in a straight line, and then they'll take another pinch of corn pollen, and they will go from the north to the south. So it actually forms a cross on the top of the cornmeal. And so when the time comes, after everybody has spoken, and the couple can simultaneously take a finger scoop of the blue cornmeal and eat it from the 4 sections of the blue cornmeal mush that is in the basket. And each of the bride and the groom will do that. And sometimes after they have partaken of the cornmeal mush, then they pour the water on each other's hands and wash what remains on the hands or the fingers. And that is then the conclusion of the ceremony. But during some part of the ceremonies, the families from the girl side of the family might encourage the union and how happy they are, and express their gratitude for being asked. And then the boy's family might thank the other family for allowing them to raise a young man that is acceptable to them. And they do all of the wishing of wellness, and that they will have a wonderful family, and that they hopefully understand the importance of this union. But the one thing that I do want to stress is that Ike is a lot of times in today's Navajo people's understanding, Ike, it's incorrect to say that. The Ike part is the private involvement with the newlyweds. That's Ike. That's that, and it belongs to them as a couple, and it is completely private. They might be together for days before they encounter each other as a man and a woman in that setting, and that's called Ike. But the wedding, in our traditional way, the correct way to refer to that is Atatsi Ta'iltse or Datoltsa, which means that you will partake of the blue cornmeal. And so that is the teachings of our people, and that is the things that we are told.